So Shannon Sharpe has been fired from ESPN. This comes weeks after settling or getting to a resolution for undisclosed amount or undisclosed whatever.
Breaking news from the sports world. Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharpe is officially out at ESPN. On paper, it looks like just another talent shuffle. But when you start digging, this story gets messy. Fast. Because this isn't just about a job. It's about a $50 million lawsuit, behind-the-scenes power plays, and whispers of secrets ESPN might not want you to hear.
Here's the headline version. In April 2025, a 19-year-old woman filed a $50 million civil lawsuit accusing Sharpe of sexual assault, emotional abuse, and claiming she had audio receipts. Shannon denied everything, calling it a straight-up shakedown on his own podcast. No criminal charges were filed, and just 3 months later, the lawsuit was quietly settled, dismissed with prejudice. No trial, no cameras, no public airing of evidence. Done. But then, just days later, ESPN cut ties. No farewell montage, no good luck tweet, nothing. His name simply vanished from their lineup.
I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop.
And here's where it gets cold. That firing? It dropped less than 24 hours before Shannon's brother, Sterling Sharpe, was set to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. One of the biggest moments in their family's history. Shannon says he begged ESPN to wait until Monday to let Sterling have his moment. They didn't. Every headline that weekend was about the scandal, not the gold jacket ceremony. That wasn't just bad timing. That felt personal. And then came the second shoe. A report surfaced about an alleged incident years earlier during Shannon's FS1 days. A female staffer accusing him of choking her. No lawsuit, no arrest, just another quiet settlement reportedly worth hundreds of thousands. Shannon's side called it playful. But together, these two stories, one fresh, one buried, painted a target on his back. Here's the twist. ESPN stood by him while the lawsuit was active. They waited until it was settled before making their move. Why? Some insiders claim it was to avoid a public fight while they were still signing his checks. Others say Shannon had started poking around in sensitive territory, asking questions about how ESPN handles race, favoritism, and certain executive scandals. He's hinted on podcasts that he's got receipts, and he's not afraid to use them. Sharpe's departure fits a pattern. Jemele Hill, out after calling out racism. Michelle Beadle, pushed aside after clashing over NBA coverage. Mark Jackson, iced out after taking a moral stand. The second someone gets too outspoken or too uncontrollable, especially if they're Black, the network decides they're no longer a fit. Shannon wasn't just a commentator. He was a force, unscripted, unfiltered, and unwilling to play the safe role. And here's ESPN's nightmare. Shannon doesn't need their mic. Club Shay Shay pulls millions of views, his nightcap show is booming, rumors say Amazon and YouTube are circling with 9-figure deals. He's even been linked to launching his own Black-owned sports media empire, one that could go head-to-head with ESPN and tell the stories they'd rather keep buried. The lawsuit might be over, but for Shannon Sharpe, the real fight might be just beginning. This is Tea Time Celebs, where we spill it unfiltered. What do you think? Did ESPN protect its brand or silence a powerful voice? Drop your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe for the stories they don't want you to hear.